Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, you're so welcome. I'm Jane and my husband Michael is behind the camera with British early retirees, debt and mortgage free, and living on a super tight budget here in Brittany in northwest France. And every Sunday we make a video where we share with you an aspect of our personal life that has everything or anything to do with saving money. So let's take a look at what we're going to share with you this Sunday. So this Sunday, we're going to share with you our actual budget for January. We're going to share with you when we earned the money, where we put it, how we save it, all of our sinking funds. We're going to talk through with you how we have to be really flexible throughout the year because we have a variable income and it varies massively throughout the year, and how we have to put money aside for that. From the good times, we always talk about you mend the roof when the sun is shining, because throughout the year we have real dips in our income, and we'll talk about why we have those dips as well. And we're also going to discuss with you why we call ourselves retirees when we are still working, because I know that confuses some people. So we will go ahead and talk about that. Let's get started. So let's get into our January budgeting video. We really like to share these videos with you. We like to encourage people to budget, to live off a written budget. And we also like to share with people, how we get by on a lower than average income. And also our income is variable. So let's get started. Now, let's talk about where the money comes from, because the first thing you need to do when you're budgeting is you need to know all the money coming in. Now, we have 2 pensions, and I know lots of you won't understand that because you won't be British and you won't understand an occupational pension. An occupational pension is where you surrender some of your money each month and it is handed over to a pension company, and they keep that pension, and then they give you some of that back every month for the rest of your life until you die. And that's what Mike and I have. We have smaller pensions because we both took our pensions at 55, not 67. So we have small occupational pensions. And we also earn some money from our hobby, our passion, which is making videos on YouTube. And we earned in November, and that money was then received in 3 different payments that we keep back until the end of December, and we release that into our budget and into our savings funds to live off in January. And that amount is 3,413 euros. And that's a much higher amount because in September, October and November, YouTubers earn the most money in those months. Sometimes it's double, it's way more than their normal income. It can be even double. And that's the amount of money after 22% is taken away from the money we earn from YouTube. And that is called social charges or social security payments. And that pays for the healthcare system. That pays for the social security system if you can't work for whatever reason. And that goes towards the state pension here in France. And that just isn't our money. That's for all citizens. So we pay that into the social pot. And then we take our percentage back one day if and when we need it. So that's the money coming in, and that's what you need to do, I need to do. We need to know the money coming in. We don't earn that amount every single month. It would be amazing if we did, but we don't. That was an extraordinarily good month. Let's look at where that money goes next. Let's talk about our variable income. Our lowest income last year, well this year, 2022, was in May, when with our pensions, 2 pensions and our YouTube income, the total came to €1,992. Our highest income we earned in September, which for all YouTubers will tell you, they earn more money in September than any other month. No idea why, it just is what it is. And so you can see there, we have a really variable income, and we save money when we make more money. And we do that, we have no spend months. We budget every penny every single month. We make regular savings. We have sinking funds for all the bills that are going to come out for that year and things that might happen because the car is going to need a service, but it might need new tyres. The house and gardens are going to need maintenance, but something could break, something could go wrong. We meal plan, we stockpile food. When we have more money, for example, we will stock up on things. So I've got a really good income for January and a good supermarket spend for January. I'll be putting things away. I'll be putting things away like toiletries, cleaning products to keep us going when our income is lower. And of course, we do absolutely everything we can to avoid waste. People budget in different ways, but when we budget, we pay ourselves first. So we've got that figure there of the money coming in, which, as I said, is after we've handed over 22% of gross of the money that we make from YouTube to cotizations, to the fees that pay for Social Security here in France. So we've got that figure, and then we take off our savings, and it says LTS, long-term savings. We decide that we will put away 10% of that every month. We have a car saving. We've just bought a car this year. We have decided in a few years' time, before that car completely devalues, that we will trade that car in and buy another new to us car in 3 years' time. So we put aside 140 a month towards the car, goes into the long-term savings account, it accrues some interest. Our long-term saving, the 341, goes into that long-term savings account. And that savings account also has our emergency fund in it. So it accrues some interest in there. Then we have our sinking funds, which is into another account number 3, we call that one. And that's €940 each month. And we'll go into the details in the next watch and you'll see where that figure comes from. So we've got €3,413 and we're taking away from that €1,421 and sending that over to savings account for long terms and short-term savings. Let's tell you about our sinking funds. Here are our 2023 sinking funds. Now, if you've watched our videos, you'll know that over the years, sometimes we change these. It's not working for us. We evaluate this. We might close a sinking fund. We might move it somewhere else. And the example is line number 1 here, which is clothes. And we've clothes, shoes, boots, anything like that for 2 adults. And we've decided this year that we aren't going to buy any clothes or shoes or boots or anything of the sort. But we're still going to put that money aside. The cost of living is such that food is rising, energy is rising, car fuel is rising, everything is going up. So we're not going to take that line off the savings, but that might move. That might be renamed at some stage. Gifts we've kept at 600 a year, so obviously 50 a month. Trips and holidays. We go each year to the UK. We take the ferry. It's about €600 for the ferry. And then we go and get an Airbnb for the week, and again it's about 600 for that. And then we take some spending money with us and we spend it when we're there. So we've worked out that this year, if we can do that week for €1,600, that's a good thing. The costs are going up. The ferry's going to go up, the Airbnb costs are going to go up. Being there is going to be more expensive. Then we have our water bill. We get 2 water bills a year. It's about €150 a time. We just pay it in a lump. We have our income tax bill. So you're going, but you've just paid tax of 22%. That's social charges. This is tax on the money that we earn from YouTube on top of that tax. We live in a very high tax country. We're really happy to pay those taxes. It's part of living in a civilized country. And then we have property tax. We have taxe foncière, and at the moment it's low, but we've got lots of paperwork to fill in to reevaluate that, and because of the improvements we've made on a house, it increases the rentable value of this home, and that will increase the tax on our property. So we're expecting it to go up to $850. It might be considerably more than that. Then we have our rubbish, our recycling, and all of those. And then we've got the fees. This is maybes. The dogs might get sick, but this is an absolute. The dogs will need grooming. The garden and work that we're doing, we're rebuilding a barn. This house was derelict when we bought it in 2018. It's still work in progress. There's still work to do. We've got a nominal amount of money here of €360 for plants. We've taken it upon ourselves to buy hedgerow plants because our garden, our 2.5 acre plot, isn't completely fenced. And it, to all intents and purposes, just looks like parkland. And we've had people just walk in, so we want to create some kind of a boundary. And then we've got the car 1000. So we've got car servicing and car tyres. We have no idea how much our car service is going to cost us this year. It's a new to us car. So you can see we can take all of those numbers, we add them up and divide them by 12, and that's where we come to the $940 a month. Your sinking funds will look different, but these are ours, and we're going to evaluate these throughout the year. We won't get that income tax bill until September. We won't get that house tax bill until September. We have been overly adding more money to the income tax bill, but I'm really sure looking at that house tax bill won't be high enough, and they might even backdate it. I really don't know. But with all sinking funds, with all of these things where you're guesstimating, you can only do your best and we can only do our best. So those are our sinking funds. And one thing I can say, there's always something that we forget of our sinking funds. There's always something that surprises us, and we may have to take that from our long-term savings. Let's now go through our fixed costs. The first one won't make much sense to any of you if you don't live in France. If you are retired in France and you've brought over with you a UK early retirement pension that is taxed in the UK, that wouldn't be there. But our pension from the UK is under the UK taxable amount. So no tax is paid in the UK on that amount. But an adjustment is made on that, on our taxes here, and that's an extra £77 a month in another part of social charge. So that's another kind of payment towards social security. Then we have dog food. We were paying about £40 a month for dog food, but we're looking at 30 to 50% increase in prices on pet food. Then we have supermarket. Supermarket is all food, all drink. If I buy a bottle of iced tea, if I buy tea bags, I buy coffee, cleaning products, toiletries, all food, absolutely everything comes under supermarket. Then we have diesel. We've on average been spending far less than that, but we've been allowing that amount because we're really trying to get out more. And anyway, that's the amount that we've budgeted for it. It's always best to budget too much than not enough. Then we have health insurance, which is 101 for the two of us. We pay that social security amount, and that for our medical treatment pays 66%. And then all of us have to pay a top-up amount for that. And for us, that's 101%. It's very, very different from American health insurance. You don't go to the hospital and get presented with the bill and the insurance company only pay a percentage of it. You never come away with a bill. So it's a good insurance system. Car insurance is 46 a month, and then we've got home insurance of 22 a month. I always get asked this, so I mention it. Would it be cheaper to pay the car insurance and the home insurance in a lump? No, it's not. So it's just as easy to spread the payments. Then we have a bank charge of €11 a month. That's pretty good. We have got, let me add them up. We've got 4 bank accounts. That's not bad at all, is it? Then we have 2 mobile phones. Mike and I have a mobile phone each. We work online. We use our phones all of the time. I'm videoing this on my phone. So these aren't payments for the mobile phone. This is just payments for the call and data. And that's $35 a month for 2 phones. We have 2 internets in the house. We have a 4G internet, and we also have the internet through the phone line through Orange, which is our TV, and all our TV channels, our home phone and internet. And also we also play Bouygues, and we pay them a separate amount for 4G. Both of the internets are absolutely rubbish and so slow that we're considering going to the almighty Musk to get a better internet, because we are going to wait until forever and ever for better internet to come to this village. And then we pay €95 a month to EDF for our electricity. Add that all up, and we're at €1,004 for fixed costs. What have we changed this year? We've had to put up, this has been put up. We didn't have any say in that, that's just gone up. This amount has gone up, dog food's just gone up. This amount has gone up. Food prices have gone up. Diesel prices have gone up. This will go up. This will go up. So we're just waiting on that. And this, within a couple of months, is going to go up by 15%. And there's not a lot we can do about that. And we're just going to have to make adjustments elsewhere. We may not be able to save as much, but it is what it is. That is the cost of living crisis. We all have to find a way to make it work. So where's all the money gone? All of that €3,413. Where does it all go? Well, 1,421 went off into long and short-term savings. 1,004 of it has gone off into fixed costs. And then we've got, €988 spare. Marvellous. I'm going to go out and have a really good time. But no, it's no spend January. So all of that isn't going to go anywhere but in the bank, because we have months, as we have shown you, where we don't earn enough. We don't earn enough to cover all our costs. So keeping that 988 in the bank is the buffer that we need to get us through the months where we may not have enough money. I know some of you watching this, money to you is more important than time. Stuff, things, nice house, all of that is more important to you than time. Mike and I took early retirement because time, and for us to be together and us to live our life at a slower pace, is more important to us than money. We earn enough money through YouTube, and we're really very grateful to all of you who let the adverts roll, because that's how YouTubers are paid, through AdSense, so we're very grateful for that. But we have those no spend months, and we have that budget where we put money aside and we save carefully, because 6 months where we earn more compensates for the other 6 months that we don't. And over the last year, that figure there of 2,792 is our average monthly income, including our YouTube income and our 2 occupational pensions that come into our account every month. I really hope that that explained our budget to you. If I've left anything out, and of course I might have done, feel free to leave a question below and I'll do my very best to answer that question for you. Well, we know as early retirees who, as we shared with you, still earn some money as well, that our income might seem a pittance to some of you and it might seem a fortune to some of you, and we absolutely understand that. And we talk about living on a super tight budget, meaning we have to be very, very organised with our finances, so we don't go without on those months where we don't earn as much money. We really hope that you found that useful, and if you did, go on, hit that like button. If you like these type of videos, could you consider becoming a subscriber? And to all subscribers, we thank you so very, very much. Thank you to everyone who supports our channel by letting the adverts roll, because that is how YouTubers earn their income. Just leaves me to say, on behalf of Mike and myself, thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye.